morning, fellow Earthlings. It's another day. I'm still here. You're still here because you're watching this. And we have a chance to maybe do something kind for each other, do something good for the earth. So, this is my first live vlog. I'm very excited. I am chronically ill, as you may know, so I only have about 10% of the energy I used to have. People who knew me before would have thought of me as a bit of a whirlwind, always in motion, always doing things. And now I have to be very careful about how I use my energy. And I want to use it to connect with you. So, we're going to talk about some things that I'm up to today. I'm just going to start the day with a bang, taking a short action against plastic pollution. And then we're going to talk about upcoming sewing projects and some projects that I'm doing with plants. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I hope you will enjoy it. This is going to be authentic. I do have some brain fog, so sometimes I will pause between words, and it may not be super pretty, but I hope that we can still make this work. So the first thing I'm going to do is write to Warburton's Crumpets. Yes, I live in the UK and we eat crumpets now. As you can see, crumpets are kind of like what we would call English muffins in the States, but they are spongier. There's some sort of bubbles that go all the way through them, almost like when you make pancakes. I'm very curious about how they're made because I'm sure there's some sort of cool process and I would like to try it at some point. But today we're writing to the number one crumpet company in the UK. It says right here, they're the number one crumpet company. So this package, it says that you can recycle it with TerraCycle, which I know is a for-pay recycling process or recycling company, which is great. They can recycle almost anything, but where am I going to find a TerraCycle around here? I have no idea. So I want them to do something that I can recycle at home or get rid of plastic altogether. So this is going to be truly riveting because I don't know how to share my screen yet, but I will get there. So I'm just going to narrate this for you. I just went to Instagram and found Warburton's. I'm not sure. I would say Warburtons, but I'm sure the English would pronounce a lot fewer of those sounds. Anyway, so I've gotten to their account and I'm going to send them a message, and it's going to be very simple and positive and encourage them to do the right thing. So I'm just going to say, hello, my family, and I love, spell it correctly, your crumpets, but we don't have TerraCycle near us and would love to see you make packaging that's home recyclable or even better, plastic free. What's your plan to stop plastic pollution? Thanks. Oh, and I'm sending it. Ta-da! Done. Now I've taken some kind of action for the earth, and it only took a couple minutes. So I'm going to throw this away. That's Sasha. I'm going to throw this away, and hopefully they will take action in the future, and we will have a lot fewer of these, because if this is the number one crumpet company and there are more than 67 million people living in the UK, how many of these do you think are eaten every day? It's kind of staggering when you think about it that way. But if they change it, think of what a great improvement that would be for our planet. So that part's done. Next, I'm going to tell you about my great spring repotting. As you may know, I am an indoor houseplant enthusiast, And right now we live in a flat in the city center, so we don't have a balcony or any green space outside. So I'm doing a lot of experiments with trying to grow vegetables in my flat, as well as houseplants, which I just like to have around because they're like little friends. And they improve the air quality, which is great because I have lung issues now after having had COVID. So it's nice to have those little guys pumping out oxygen all around the house. So I gathered all of my plants in one place, which was our living room, basically, because we only have a 700 square foot apartment. So I lined them all up by size so that the smallest were at one end and the tallest, who's a dragon tree that I call Draco, was at the end. So Draco got a new pot that was bigger, and then everyone else could move up into a pot that was one size larger. And I used some soil mixture, which I hope will work. That was about 50% compost and 50% topsoil that I had delivered here because it was a huge and heavy bag. And it was really fun because all of the plants just kind of take over all the little spaces in the flat, and you don't really know how many there are until you see them in one place. So it did take me about 3 days to get everything situated in a new spot. And I also used some of the pots that became empty during that process to plant new things. I've got a bunch of rocket and lettuce and echinacea and some herbs. I think I'm going to do basil a little bit later when there's more light. It'll like that. I've got those things planted, and I have a bunch of French beans planted, which I'm going to keep a few here, and then I'm going to bring a bunch of them up to the 5th floor terrace where there seem to be some garden boxes that everyone can use, and I'm going to plant them and some peas out there. So I did all that. It took me 3 days, but it was really fun to just get to see all my planties and hopefully give them a better arrangement. I also bought a really cute glass plant mister so that I can clean their leaves because, they're used to a rainfall, and some of them don't really get it because I don't give them a bath, especially some of the things like the snake plant. They don't like to be wet. So I just misted it really lightly and then just used a paper towel to clean the dirt and dust off the leaves. So the grand repotting is done. I'm ready for spring. And it was just funny because we have a house guest staying with us, and he was like, did all these plants come from this flat? It's like, yes. You don't know how many plants I have stashed in this flat. So it'll be a really fun experiment, and I will definitely do some more videos about the vegetables that I'm growing inside and how they do. So that's a fun update. The next thing is people who know me in real life know I'm obsessed with the site Vinted, and I get all of my clothes secondhand from there. This sweater / jumper was a new Vinted purchase, and I love it. So I got a top from Vinted that is a very simple shape. You can see it. It's an eyelet polyester, which I wasn't super thrilled about. Sometimes it's hard to tell what something is made of when you only see it online. But anyway, this is the perfect shape to reproduce for a new pattern. I have this new look pattern, and you can see the orange and yellow shirts at the top. That's what I'd like to make. That's the front and back. I think they're not different. I don't know why they have two different ones. But anyway, I'm going to use this shirt as a template to make my pattern pieces because I did a muslin of these, and even though it says that the pattern goes up to a UK 22, which is generally what I wear, when I did the muslin, it was much too small. It wasn't as comfortable as I would like. So I know that this shirt fits me well and is comfortable, so I'm going to use the instructions from the pattern, and I'm going to use my pattern pieces from here. So I have these fabrics I'm really excited about. This is something that I bought at a really cute quilt shop in Trondheim, Norway, so it has a lot of sentimental value. I'll just hold it up so you can see this nice flower print, very springy. So what I'm going to do is use this to make a bias tape, which I can then put around the neckline and sleeves of this. I also would like to make a pocket out of this. And if I am short of fabric, I will use it to extend the bottom because I'm 6 feet tall and most patterns aren't written for that. So this seersucker fabric I bought from an online shop in the UK called Catkin and Scraps. It's mostly natural fibers with plenty of eco-friendly options, and they say they have a joyful range of high-quality dressmaking fabrics with plenty of eco-friendly options. So this is a cotton seersucker, and I forget all of its eco-friendly credentials, but I know it had some, and I was very happy to get it. But I did buy the amount that was called for in this original pattern, so I may need to make up a little of it with this guy. So I will keep you updated on how that goes. I'm excited. I haven't sewn any clothing for myself since we've gotten to the UK. I've done a bunch of quilting and I have painted a dress, and that was really fun. But this is the first thing that I will have made. So that'll be good. And then later today, I'm going to go litter picking with some friends because it is still the Great British Spring Clean, and it ends April 2nd. So you have a little bit of time if you haven't gotten out there and done any litter picking yet and you want to. And these two friends are litter picking friends. We like to go out and try to get some litter in this area every week. And there is quite a bit of it. We live in the city center, so this area gets used pretty hard. And I like to walk around here. There's some beautiful spots that are tucked away, and I like to see them clean and not have the grass and trees covered with the bottles and trash. So that's going to be something fun that we do later in the day. I hope that you're going to have a good day, and I hope that we will see each other again soon. Please do comment and let me know anything that you would like to see me talk about in these vlogs. Bye!